Welcome back to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson. My co-host Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, last night, May the 6th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, we had Saul Canelo Alvarez taking on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a fight, a pay-per-view event that was built up to be for the Mexican supremacy of boxing. What happened was that it was a glorified sparring session for Canelo, but I'll let you go first. Just give everybody your opinion on the fight.
Well, you know, first of all, I'm gonna have to say that I'm highly disappointed in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You know, this whole build up to the fight, you know, everyone asking my opinion and all. You know, I'm sitting there saying I gave Julio a chance, a shot at winning this fight.
Better than even.
I said it was a good chance. I said people forget Julio, when he first came on the scene as a professional, he was a little badass. I mean, he was coming on. But what happened to him early in his career is he started to make a lot of money based on his father, on his name, because the buys came in, and you know, Bob Arum took advantage of that, and he started to make $1 million fights by fighting subpar competition, but he still had the goods. Okay, he grew up and kind of got lazy. We all know his history, but on this fight, he tricked me. He tricked me. Okay, everything was in order for us to say this was going to be a good fight and that he had a chance. Number one, he brought in Nacho Beristain. Okay. As his coach, and you know him. He's very good at what he does.
Old school and hard nosed.
He brought Juan Manuel Marquez and that team, a nutritionist, everything else, to come in for training camp.
Yep.
So I said to myself, well, this guy's serious. He's taking the guy serious. He's tall. He's strong. He's going to make this a fight. Okay. As it turned out, he didn't come to fight. He didn't fight, and you know, I just highly disappointed on how he conducted himself, tricking the Mexican public, knowing darn well that he wasn't going to come in to win this fight. He brought that whole team. He brought that whole team in, not so much to win the fight, but to make the weight, because he didn't want to be penalized that $1 million. So that's what he came in, and everyone else thought he was coming in to train to win, and that wasn't the case.
Well, I'll agree on certain points of it. I will agree that, you know, we know Chavez Jr. just 5-6 months ago was weighing over 200 pounds.
Yep.
So we knew that weight was going to be the factor. I'll give our Oscar credit on this. You know, he knew what he had. He knew that this was the best opportunity he had for a fight for his boy, his cash cow, on Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know, which used to be Floyd Mayweather weekend. Yeah, so now Oscar's taking that back over. But it was a good, smart move on Oscar's part to get Chavez Jr. to take the fight. Now, once again, he didn't have to take the fight, but he did because it was the biggest payday that he would definitely ever have.
Oh man!
From now on, so I won't be critical of that. But where I disagree with you was you said that you were disappointed because he didn't come to fight.
No, he didn't.
I think he did come to fight. I think that by the 4th round, we all got to see that. You know, I have a good friend of mine told me a while back that, you know, every fighter at some point in his career comes against that immovable object, that force that he just can't deal with. And I think by the 4th round, he found out that he had nothing for Canelo, and that he went into survival mode. I'm talking about Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
He went into survival mode. Why Canelo didn't go finish him? I think we all agree it looked like he could finish him. Maybe he was trying not to show everything that he had because he knew Triple G was waiting there. And once again, Oscar had this already choreographed prior to everything, that, you know, they were going to come and announce the fight with Triple G afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So that was all choreographed. So maybe, you know, Canelo was not trying to show everything in his bag of tricks.
Or maybe he just knew he had the fight won.
Well,
okay. Now I want to stop short of accusations.
Okay.
But it is ironic, and some people may say it's coincidental. But how is it to be that they already had it planned, lights off? Triple G disappears from the seats to come out to make the announcement they already had signed to make a fight for September. Obviously this was signed way before this Chavez fight. So maybe he just knew he had the fight in the bag. Maybe he just knew that, hey, Chavez took this fight on the condition that he's going to make. You know, he got $2 million on the purse.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you put that together with all the incentives, the pay-per-view incentives.
Yeah.
He may be walking away with $7-8 million. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've all said it. We've all said it sometime in the past. For $1 million, put me in there. I'll take an ass whipping for $1 million.
Hey,
okay?
This is part of this is part of what
So,
some might term legitimate or illegitimate conspiracy theorists. At this point, I put nothing past Oscar. I will tell you that right now. I put nothing past Oscar.
Yeah.
Some people say, you know, he knew, he's been very careful crafting a career for Canelo. Well, that's the only career that he's been careful about crafting.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
he's done that with nobody else. So, like I said, his cash cow,
That's his
he's
cash
working
cow.
his cash cow. My question to you would be, if this fight is at 160, and there's been no guarantee of that, but all of us are assuming it has to be since Triple G's middleweight titles will be on the line.
Middleweight champion.
They would no way they would do it for anything other than the 160. But my question to you would be, what makes Oscar think at this point that Canelo could beat Triple G?
Well, you know, I'm telling you, I don't know, but we'll get into that. I'm not leaving Chavez off the hook yet because I'm very disappointed. You know, I'm soundly and I believe now that he knew he wasn't supposed to win this fight because even when you're hurt and you go in there, you got that pride, you're gonna throw punches. This man threw what, maybe 20 punches around. I mean, he wasn't throwing shots. He wasn't throwing shots. He just wasn't fighting to win. Everyone saw that. It's not.
But you don't think that some of those in that first round, some of those vicious body shots Canelo landed on Chavez Jr. along with his weight gain, you don't think they took a toll on him early?
Well, they took a toll, but that's more reason to go in there and go at it.
Okay.
Go give it your all. You know.
He was in survival mode.
Get knocked out, and go on your shield.
Well, for whatever reason, he did not want to get knocked out.
No, he didn't want to get knocked out, and he just wanted to play the role, and that's exactly what I feel. I can't help but think in the back of my mind, all he was doing was playing the role, and Canelo wasn't going to take any extra risk. Because he knew he had this fight signed and they were going to... It was a big show. I mean, it was a big show short of WWF type situation. But before we got a couple of minutes, I want to talk a little bit, not so much on the fight itself, but let's talk about the announcing, man. Oh. Man, you know what? I know it's terrible. It's always terrible. But, man, I'm starting to really like my man Roy Jones because he puts a little into his announcing. Now, you remember a while back, you know, a few months back, maybe a year, he invented the check hook. The check hook.
We're still trying to figure out what
nobody know what it is, but every coach out there, every trainer out there, they all start talking about check hook, okay? Check hook was non-existent until Roy Jones Jr. brought it. My man, Roy. And last night, he brought another term. Freakish power.
Freakish power.
Freakish power. I mean...
You know, well, let me say this.
I like that. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't mean to stop you, but I like it in the sense because now they're commentating on the fight and they're doing this kind of stuff, which makes listening to the commentary a little more. Because before they're always talking about how bad the fight is, how bad the judging is, how their robbery. All they have is negative thing to say. But now you can listen to them and kind of chuckle a little bit. I mean, I just got a kick out of Roy Jones.
Well, I'm glad you brought that point up because I have a different perspective on this. Let me tell you, and I think you're going to realize this. I picked Chavez Jr. in this fight because I thought that, you know, because of his dad, and me after the fight, I thought his dad was humiliated, devastated by the performance. But let me back up a little bit. For all you people who were bitching and moaning about paying for it, I gave it to you. I told you all you had to do was go to Twin Peaks and see it for free.
That's right.
So you didn't have to pay for it. I mean, this is what you're going to have to do, a pay-per-view. I'm always going to let you know where you can go see a pay-per-view then for free. Oh,
well,
no
they got me.
Charge.
They got me.
They got you because you waited till the last minute.
I wanted them to do it, and then all of a sudden they got me.
But when I give it to you, take advantage of it, okay? I don't want to hear anybody talking about, oh, I paid the $79, $69.95. I don't want to hear that, okay?
You're right.
But like you said, there's some little sense of humor that has been injected by some of the comments made. But once again, because I'm at Twin Peaks with some 200 people that were there, guess what?
10 seconds.
No, but guess what? I didn't get to hear none of that nonsense.
Oh, that's right. Because
I heard none of that. We actually got to watch the fight.
But it was funny, and it was fine. It was nice. It was nice in such a way where I didn't have to sit there
and be bored
and bitch and moan about the commentating.
Yeah.
Okay, because when he came, and it was funny because he said the freakish power, right? So his counterpart tried
Max Kellerman?
Yeah, he tried. I was gonna leave him alone, but
yeah, I know you.
He tried to play off of it, and he talked about an old heavyweight. I think it was the Acorn. Shavers. He said, "Well, Ernie Shavers had freakish power," and Roy Jones like, don't try to get on my bandwagon. He didn't say that, but he was thinking that because he came back and Kellerman says, "Well, Ernie Shavers had the freakish power," and Roy Jones came back and he says, "No, he didn't. No, he didn't."
Well, you know what? And before we end this segment, let me say this: for those of you who got to see the fights on ESPN on Friday night,
yeah,
and you got to hear Teddy Atlas and Bernard Hopkins go at it. It was actually a disgrace.
That's what I'm talking about.
They were just arguing. I mean, literally arguing about nonsense.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nobody wants to hear, and that's one of the reasons why I told you at big fights, no matter what I do, I turn the volume off. And I don't want to hear none of that.
And I do the same thing. But let me tell you, Roy Jones has made it kind of cool because now you don't have to sit here and listen to the complaints that the commentator. They don't commentate on the fight anymore. All they do is bitch and moan and complain about everything from the scoring to the referee it's really negative commentating where it should be commentating on the actual fight.
You got it.
So, but anyhow, guys, we're going to leave you with that. The fight was a disappointment if you're even this much of a Chavez fan. If you're a Canelo fan, you're in heaven right now because it was great for Canelo. It was great for Canelo fans.
But he really proved nothing. He didn't prove anything.
They made a lot of money.
There you go.
They made a lot of money.
There you go. There you go.
Let's wait for our next segment. We're going to come back and we're going to recap the Klitschko fight because talk about a heavyweight fight. We're going to recap that. So Steve, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Anytime.
Keep them hands up.
Love, baby.